Hey everyone. I am going to try to keep this short and sweet because I know this update is long overdue. Because when I last left off, I found out that I was pregnant again at 42. And yeah, it was a surprise. But you know how they say sometimes no news is good news? Well, it's been that way. My husband and I, we moved again, so we're in a different state and we're happier than ever. My pregnancy turned out well. I now have a very happy 2-year-old. So I now have a 6-year-old, a 4-year-old, and a 2-year-old in addition to my older children. I'm also a grandmother now, so that's new. Last August, my second child had a baby of her own. So just a lot of changes, and career-wise, professionally, my career has been doing well, and not a whole lot of updates, more just life is busy and it can be a bit chaotic. We did have a surprise pregnancy last fall. So I think my journey to growing our family is really done. I mean, I was pretty complete after our last child, but my husband and I, back in October, we got pregnant again, lost the baby soon after. So it was amazing to me because I got pregnant at 44, but we did an early ultrasound at 6 weeks. There was a heartbeat. And then when I went for my 8-week checkup, there was no heartbeat. And prior to deciding what to do next, I went for a more advanced ultrasound, and that's when they found out that I had blood clots. And before they could treat the blood clots, I guess I had no idea that I had miscarried. It was a miscarriage, but I guess the baby had died shortly after my miscarriage, or the baby had died shortly after I had had the ultrasound, and so my body wasn't recognizing it, but it was responding to the baby no longer having a heartbeat. So that's where the blood clots came from, because I had an ovarian vein thrombosis. I was nervous. I wasn't feeling well, but I chalked it up to pregnancy symptoms when it really wasn't pregnancy symptoms. So I'm super grateful that I had good prenatal care in order to catch that, because it's scary to me that had that gone undiagnosed, I don't know what would have happened, but blood clots are scary to me because people can suddenly die from that. And here I am at 44 years old, just who knows? So I went into that pregnancy just pretty much kind of on bated breath. It was a surprise to me. I didn't think our chances were good anyway. So when I was told that the baby didn't have a heartbeat, I sort of just trusted the process that this is just what's meant to happen. The blood clot was the part that was really scary. So because of the blood clots, we went in, had a DNC, and then I had to go on blood thinners to help treat the clot, because prior to treating the pregnancy loss, they could not treat the blood clots. So that was that. I know my husband took that a bit harder because we have 3 boys now, and nothing's ever quite, between him and I, we will never have a daughter together. And I think it's just the finality of that. I do have my older 3 daughters, but I know from my husband's perspective, that's going to be an experience that he has to come to terms with, that that's not what he's going to get to experience from that level. But, you know, there's a reason for everything, so I trust that. But aside from that, not a whole lot has been going on. I think I'm pretty much perimenopausal and just accepting it, and watching how my body changes in my 40s. I'm trying to stay as healthy as possible. But aside from that, not a whole lot's been going on. Like I said, I know this update was long overdue, and not a whole lot to update, just a lot of good news that yes, even in your late 30s and early 40s, you can still go on to conceive and have a healthy baby. And I'm excited for what life continues to reveal as our next chapter. So, didn't want to keep everybody hanging indefinitely. And like I said, I know this is long overdue, but I don't know what's going to really transpire for this channel long term. If I do have any updates, great. But I'm not anticipating a whole lot of activity on this channel moving forward. But we'll see. So until next time, bye guys.